To start this off, I do have to say that I have an affiliate code in the description with Skimport if you're interested in alternative options. But for now, let's talk about the new buff market. A new site, and new as in released months ago, but the marketing just started recently. Buff Market is very similar to buff.163 in terms of layout and search tools, which is great. Buff has some of the best searching options for special floats, rare patterns, and specific stickers, and I'm glad at least some of these have transferred over to the Buff Market. Why would you use the Buff Market over buff.163 though? It's the ease of access. Right now, and likely for the foreseeable future, you have three options for getting buff funds. Number one would be purchasing on another site and selling liquid items on Buff. Number two would be knowing someone with a Chinese bank account that can transfer funds. Or number three, transfer someone money and they will buy your skin way above market and then transfer your skin back. While I have done all three methods, I wish there was an easier way to deposit, and that's what Buff Market allows you to do. Direct deposit or withdrawal with Visa or MasterCard. It's as easy as it gets. You get all of the buff features on a site that you can directly deposit on, but you don't get the buff prices. When the Buff Market was first released, I was excited to hop on and swipe some items. The site going worldwide would have generated some hype. Unfortunately, I quickly found out that these are two entirely separate markets. At the time, I didn't even make a video on it because I thought the site would just die. With the new marketing, specifically the 2.5% commission instead of the 4.5% we will see a month from now, the site has started to get some traction. I do want to make it very clear that these are two entirely different marketplaces. You won't be able to use your mom's credit card to buy a Titan Hollow. There is 2 on the Chinese Buff, and there is 0 on the Buff Market. Treat these as entirely different sites. This site is for those that don't want to go through all the loopholes. Prices on the Buff Market are similar to those on the Chinese Buff, but we will see how long that lasts. I feel like the low prices are a combination of people trying to sell while the commission is 2.5%, and few actually able to sell as traffic is still relatively low. When the early bird deal is done, I would expect these prices to eventually reach somewhere around the traditional Western market prices, if the site can retain the new traffic it just gained, of course. Just a prediction, we will have to see what happens in the future. I think with the search tools that Buff provides, this new site can compete with the others. Crafts have become popular even for more casual traders, and having the ability to search through specific crafts as efficiently as you can on Buff is a big bonus. Searching for specific styles of knives like a sapphire, specific paint seeds for unique patterns, something like blue gems, and skins like the berries and cherries. Sure, there are some nice features that the mobile Chinese Buff has that the Buff Market doesn't, like the price trend page and the price drop page. That sucks. But they could be added in the future. I could see these features not being added at this time, as the site is too new and the numbers wouldn't make sense. So let's get down to it. Would I recommend the site? Sure. That being said, be cautious right now. Prices can be fair or way above market. With no other listings, you can pretty much set the price and try to get lucky, and that's what many people are doing. I recommend the Buff Market like I recommend any site that isn't buff.163. Sites like Skinport, BizSkins, Skin Baron, etc. These sites are good for sniping undervalued floats, crafts, and if you can find someone panic selling. At this point in time, I expect to use the Buff Market as a cash out tool, and that's it. I don't actually plan on depositing on the site. Buff.163 remains the premier marketplace in my eyes, and whether you want to go through the loopholes of depositing or not is your decision. Even though it wasn't exactly what I hoped it would be, it's going to be a good site and I hope people use it. If other people use it, that means I have skins to sell. I recommend you all check out the site yourself and make your own decision. Until next time.